The story begins one night when the British Prime Minister receives an urgent call. He rushes to his office, where his staff shows him a disturbing video clip. In the video, a young girl is crying. She's been kidnapped, and that girl is none other than Princess Susanna, a member of the British royal family. In the footage, the kidnapper orders her to read the message displayed on the screen. The princess does as she's told and begins to read aloud. The letter says that if the Prime Minister wants to save her life, he must agree to a specific condition. If he refuses or fails to respond by noon, the kidnapper will kill her by 4 o'clock that afternoon. As the princess starts to explain what the condition is, the people in the room quickly stop the video. Confused, the Prime Minister asks why they cut it off. One of his advisors explains that the demand is something completely impossible, something no one could ever accept. Still, the Prime Minister insists on watching the rest. He wants to see for himself what the kidnapper has asked for. When the video resumes, the princess reveals the horrifying condition. The Prime Minister must appear live on national television at 4 o'clock that evening, a broadcast that will be seen all around the world, and he must have sexual intercourse with a pig. The kidnapper also adds a few more detailed instructions about what the Prime Minister must do during the act. Rules, leaving everyone in the room completely shocked and speechless. After that, he says they must be joking with him, but everyone tells him this is not a joke at all. It really happened, and people assure him that their detectives are already working to catch the kidnapper. They also reveal that this news has spread across the entire world, and every news channel is showing the video. The security team assigned to the Prime Minister quickly puts together a plan. They bring in a specialist who works with video manipulation. They ask him if he can place someone's face on another person's body. During the live broadcast, the man says it's possible, but it won't be perfect. He also asks how long he has to complete the job. They tell him everything must be ready by 2 in the afternoon. The man says it's impossible, but the security officers insist he must do it, then leave him to begin his work. Meanwhile, the news continues to spread worldwide. People everywhere are reacting and giving their opinions. Major news channels even start a poll. Ask viewers whether their opinions. They think the PM go through with kidnapper demands, and others think refuse. They pour on vote, and the story dominates headlines everywhere. The Prime Minister's wife comes to see him. She tells him she doesn't want him to do anything like this. She's even more upset after seeing how the news channels were playing the story nonstop. The Prime Minister reassures her that she doesn't need to worry. He says he's not going to do anything like what the kidnapper wants. They'll deal with the situation and catch the criminal soon. Just then, the Prime Minister receives good news. His security team brings him some information. They claim they've discovered where the kidnapper is hiding. The Prime Minister is relieved and excited. They explain that the video was uploaded from an abandoned campus that has been closed for 10 years, and they are confident the kidnapper is somewhere inside. The Prime Minister immediately orders his team to head there and catch him as quickly as possible. Their entire force mobilizes and moves out. At the same time, the technical team stays focused on their task, working on the video manipulation that could place the Prime Minister face onto another person if it became necessary, because PM says he never agreed for this. But when PM's security guard bring actor for what kidnapper want to do, another man secretly took his photograph. That man turned out to be a well-known face from the adult film industry, someone widely recognized by the public. Soon after, his photo was posted online alongside the PM security guards within hours, and it soon reached the kidnapper. Then a box came from Kidnapper to a news headquarters. In the box there is cutting finger and a pendrive. When they play this pendrive, they are went shock. In this video, they saw warning of no cheating and kidnapper cutting's princess finger. The news traveled fast. As the story spread, public anger toward the Prime Minister exploded. Protests broke out, and people everywhere began demanding that he do whatever it took to save Princess Sienna. The crowd's voice grew louder and more vicious with each passing moment. They argued that a Prime Minister could be replaced, but a princess like Sienna could never be replaced. The nation was in chaos. At the same time, the entire police force closed in on the kidnapper's supposed location, which had been traced through online clues. The operation was broadcast live to the Prime Minister as officers searched every corner of the area, but found nothing. At last, they spotted a girl trying to flee. They fired at her leg and captured her, only to discover that she was a news reporter. When the Prime Minister saw all of this unfold, rage consumed him. Slowly, a terrifying thought took hold of his mind. There was no other way left. Just then, his advisor entered the room and spoke carefully. She told him that this was his one true chance. If he saved Sienna now, the people would see him not as a weak leader, but as a hero. People would talk about this for years. They would say that a Prime Minister threw away his own dignity just to save the life of a young girl. After hearing this, the Prime Minister nervously asked, What would happen if the kidnapper still refused to release her, even after he agreed to the demand? He wondered out loud if the girl might already be dead. His advisor calmly explained that if the kidnapper hadn't killed her yet, he certainly would if the prime minister backed out. And after killing her, the kidnapper would upload the video online for the entire world to see. The advisor told him that people would lose all faith in him, and his career would be destroyed forever. Then the advisor added that the whole country wanted him to go through with it. If he didn't, people would see him as a bad leader, a selfish man, and a coward. He warned that the public would throw stones and shoes at him wherever he went. He would never again live in peace, and even his family would be in danger. After hearing everything, the prime minister felt trapped. He had no choice, and they announced prime minister is ready for demand. Chaos erupted across England. News channels displayed countdown clocks. The streets emptied as the entire nation sat in front of their TVs for waiting. Meanwhile, the PM was being prepared to enter the room where the pig was kept. His team tried to reassure him. They promised that people would eventually forget. They claimed that once this was over, the footage would be erased from every website and news station. But none of them could truly understand what he was about to endure. When the live broadcast began, the prime minister stepped into the room. He saw everything set up for him and hesitated. After a long moment, he slowly removed his clothes. After the horrific act began, across the country, millions of viewers fell silent, frozen in shock and disgust. A heavy despair settled over everyone who watched. Then suddenly, breaking news flashed on every screen. Princess Sienna had been found alive, unconscious on a bridge. Rescue workers discovered that her finger was perfectly intact. The finger shown in the video belonged to a completely different person. Even more shocking was the timing. The kidnapper had released her at 3:30 p.m., a full half hour before the prime minister went on live television at 4 o'clock. Then PM advisor immediately ordered the security to remove the page in the report that mentioned Princess Sienna being released at 3:30 in the afternoon. They insisted that this information must never reach the prime minister under any circumstances. The kidnapper revealed especially about human nature. He exposed to the entire world who we truly are. No matter how great we pretend to be, we still support the wrong things. Many people said the prime minister was doing something terrible, that he should never have gone that far. But when the broadcast aired on television, the whole world watched. There was not a single person who looked away. Everyone was glued to the screen. And this is exactly what the kidnapper wanted to show. He wanted the world to see our true habits, how easily we encourage what is wrong. He wanted to make one point very clear. If people had simply turned off their televisions and stepped outside, the prime minister would never have been forced to do what he did. Princess Sienna had already been released half an hour before everything unfolded. It is also revealed that the man who kidnapped Princess Sienna took his own life. He never cut off her finger. He had cut off his own. In the next scene, a year has passed since the incident. The prime minister appears in an interview, smiling and cheerful, looking at him and at the people around him. No one would ever guess that something so horrific had happened a year earlier. And with that, the episode ends. Another episode will be coming soon. Stay tuned to this channel. Thank you for watching.